Alright, so it's raining pretty good here at camp, and I wanted to show you guys the tarp setup that I use along with the drop-down room to create a nice area for me to hang out at and still get a lot of stuff done during the day, even though it's just soaking rain. I mean, it's been like torrential rain outside for about 3 hours now. But I've got my tailgate set up as my cooking space, and then I've got my hangout area over there in the drop-down room, so we'll go over there in a sec. It's getting ready to make some coffee. I use the AeroPress hand press coffee maker, and then I hand grind all my beans so they're real nice and fresh when I brew up my cup of coffee. And even though I've got the drop-down room set up, I'm gonna still sleep in the topper tonight. I just like being up off the ground, and it's nice having those windows on both sides. I'm gonna open this one up over here where my fan is at, and since that's covered with the tarp and also the awning, it's going to be nice because I can have that open all night long. I don't want to have to worry about any moisture coming in with rain or anything like that. So I did have to dig a little bit of a trench over here where the water is coming down. You can see it still coming down right there, coming down pretty good. And so it was starting to pool up a little bit and started rushing towards the door of the drop-down room. And the last thing I wanted to do was track in a bunch of mud and stuff like that. So I did this and just noticed that this is damming things up at the moment. So let's make a little channel for it to come down. Alright, let's see. It's going down into the area, which is good because then the water will just follow this channel. And I've got it to where it goes around the drop-down room from the awning, so it's making its way down there, and it'll be effective. Let me just kind of encourage it. I get impatient with this stuff, so I want to see it work like immediately. Character flaw. Okay, anyway. I've got my wood over here, and I'm trying to dry out my fly fishing boots. They just got soaked the other day, and I haven't been able to get them dry yet because I've been fishing a lot. I've got my hiking poles. There's some good hiking around here. I'm currently camping up above Browns Canyon, so there's tons of hiking, which is great. And I've got my e-tool, the pick and shovel from the U.S. Army. This one's from 1964. Works great. And then of course the East Wing hatchet, this is the 14-inch. And I've got my wood kind of already processed. All I gotta do is kind of shave off some pieces using the hatchet with the dry wood here. Then I can make my kindling, and so I've got it all nice and dry. It's staying dry underneath here, even though my fire pit over there is soaked and the larger logs are pretty much soaked. This wood is nice. It's nice and dry and won't be any sort of problem to start. So let's go on into the drop-down room. This is the ARB 2500 series awning drop-down room. It's optional from the awning. The awning's $300. The drop-down room's $300. I know. I think the drop-down room's like $270. So I like it a lot. It's 8 foot by 8 foot floor plan, like footprint, and then it creates about 7 feet of headroom, or about 6.5, I guess. And so come on in. It's got this room that can either be a screen netting for, and you can keep the solid flap up, but keep the screen down, just keep all the bugs out because this is fully enclosed. Or you can keep them both down and keep it nice and contained in here. But it's got a pretty durable floor. It's one of those real heavy tarp style floors. And then this door right here, it actually opens up to where I can access the back of my dual cab Tacoma. So it's kind of nice to have that because I can get in the back seat and get items out and everything like that. It's got a couple of vents at the top as well, so that helps to keep the air fresh in here, and also circulate stuff through. If it's getting kind of hot, then the hot air will go up through. Then you got these big windows. The only thing I don't like about them is you got to open them up from the outside. So if it's raining, then you got to go out and either close them or open the windows. You know, you got to go outside of the drop-down room in order to do that. But otherwise, I like it. It's real nice and spacious. I mean, I've got my, my full table set up over there with my MacBook Pro, so that kind of gives you an idea as far as like, space is concerned. So, and that's just over in the corner. And then over here, I've got my cooler and cook set, and then also my briefcase, so for my computer. But anyway, that's that. I'm going to show you guys real quick what we're dealing with over here. We've got a huge storm coming in. Normally you see about 14,000 foot peaks right here, and all I see is a big wall of rain headed this way, along with some clouds that are moving in. So hopefully we'll get some clouds up in here, which would be pretty rad. But just wanted to show you this setup. I like it a lot. Makes for a nice area to hang out in and stay dry. You can go from the drop down room to the truck cap underneath the topper here and stay dry the entire time, and you see the ground underneath here is dry too, and then it gets wet over there. So hope you guys are enjoying your summer and getting lots of camping in. If you got any questions, just hit me up in the comment section below. Alright, thanks.